Hello and welcome back to another video here on the channel. In today's video, we are back here on City Skylines. It is episode 2 of our brand new city, Los Palma. Now this city is looking pretty good. Now since the last episode, I have been doing work on here. We've been streaming from here. So that is why there'll be some differences and there'll always be a bit more progress than seen in the episode. So make sure, if not, you are subscribed to my Twitch channel. There is a link to that down in the description. That is where I stream City Skylines from. Also join Discord server because I sometimes do streams in there as well. In today's episode, I would like to focus on water pollution. As you can see, there's a fair bit of water pollution going on down here. It looks really ugly. I want to deal with that. And I also want to deal with public transport because, again, that is becoming a bit more of an issue. If we take a look right down here, you will see traffic is actually getting fairly busy. Yeah, things are building up back here, and we've also got issues all the way back down here. I mean, take a look at all of this. Yeah, it's getting busy. It is getting very busy. I mean, it's a good thing. I mean, it shows that our city is working, but again, we've got these traffic issues, so we need to be keep on topping of this. Not on topping. Let's get my words out straight. So to start off with, I have downloaded a brand new asset from the Steam Workshop, and I want to see how this works. Now, this is a water treatment plant. Now, I'm hoping this doesn't produce sewage output. I don't know if it does or if it doesn't, but we'll find out, I guess. So the first thing I'd like to do is to work on this area around here. So we've got all these water treatment plants down here. So first thing I'd like to do is just get rid of all of these temporarily. We're going to have the game paused for a fair while. We do have enough money, hopefully, to keep us going from all of this. Now, it's pretty busy down here because we've got this ferry depot. Now, I've just thought I have a new mod installed, which, if we go to this tab here, you'll see we've got this car parking mod. I'd like to get a car park set up just to move these cars off this street, just to get them elsewhere, because this is our ferry depot. Obviously, a lot of traffic is coming in from there. So, let's sort that out, and to start by that, we're going to bring up a road, I'm going to say, just up the back there. So you'll see there is a smaller road with no markings coming up there. Then I'm going to say we're going to get this probably 40-metre parking lot. We'll turn on traffic, road anarchy, just like that. And I'm going to say just in that area. So that is going to be our car park area. Now what we do is we come along and we will see that we have these modules here which we can rotate. And then we can come in and place in here. So I'm going to set up this little car park and hopefully we'll start seeing some traffic parking in it. Okay, and there we go. We've got this little car park set up down here. As you can see, we've got the main parking spaces there. Some cars have already jumped in there. We will see we've also got these electric vehicle parking lots. Obviously, we want to encourage electric vehicles in our city. And we've got a couple of disabled spots as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring up the traffic manager mod. We are going to turn off this we're going to grab this parking ban tool. And if we hold shift and press them, you will see that parking lot begins to fill up with people begin to use it. We're just going to block all the parking on those streets. There we go, and we will then see people begin to use this. Now, I think I'd like to just move this road down just a little bit, as that is looking fairly high. Is there a way we can bring this up? So I think what I'd like to do is I'd actually like to just upgrade these streets here just to a 2-lane road. I know we can't upgrade this as this is actually part of the ferry module, but that will continue going after that. So they can turn into that parking lot, or they are going to be able to come out to our new sewage treatment plant. So we're going to bring this probably around the coast just like this. You know what, let's get the curved tool road out like that. And we're just going to bring that down the whole way down to the end there. So I quite like the look of this road with the median in between. It feels like it's a sort of industrial kind of area. So now let's bring up this sewage treatment plant down here. Now we're definitely going to need a couple of these in here. So I kind of like to, no, that is roadside. Thank you very much. Let's get 2 of them in there. You know what, let's get 4 and then we'll just take a look at what this looks like. So we've got 4 of them in there. You know what, let's run those and then we need to obviously link them up with the pipes. We can delete all of those because they are no longer needed, and yes, let's link them up just like that. Okay, so I've just let the game run a little bit, and as we can see, we still don't have enough sewage treatment. That means we're going to need to get some more of these plants in place. So let's get a secondary road in place, and I have a new mod, which I quite like. This is the net picker mod. If we click on that road, it'll bring it up straight in the hotbar. That makes life a lot easier. So yeah, let's bring up another road up the back just around here, and let's see if we can put another couple of plants in, and hopefully this should get us going and stop all of this rubbish. Oh, We need more land. Right, that's a bit of a pain. We have chosen probably the worst spot for this, but let's just see how this goes. Will that link up? Is that going to take... Right, that's taken us just over the brink just a little bit. And it seems that is actually pumping water back into the city. That's a bonus. That's a good thing. So we do probably want another one in place. I'm going to have to work out where I want to fit this one in. It's probably going to have to come around up the back just out here. Let's see if we can squeeze another one in just in there. There we go. Hopefully when that one turns on, we should see this meter up here jump up. Yes, there we go. So that is the city covered without any pollution outflow. So what we will eventually see, and it is going to take some time, but if we go onto the pollution menu on the side here, all of this pollution in the river is going to begin to go away. But again, that is going to take a little bit of time. So if we go to the water menu, can we see? I'm not sure if we can see these or not. Yeah, there are very, very faint currents coming on in here, so it's going to take a little bit of time to get that all cleared. But eventually, that is going to go, and that is going to look a little bit nicer. Okay, so I've placed them down there, and now what we're going to do is we're going to grab the Move It mod up here, just to bring these right up to the waterfront, just to make that look a little bit nicer. Let's make them a little bit more curved. Now this is really... I'm not very good at this kind of stuff, but we'll definitely give this a go, just to hopefully make that look a little bit nicer. Obviously, in the future, we'll extend that further on down, but for the time being, obviously, we can't, as we don't own that land. But I think that makes that look just finalises that area, makes that look a little bit better. But as we said, I think what we'd like to do is get some trees or something up here just to block the view of what's going on, because to be honest, you're not going to be wanting to go to the university with a sewage treatment plant behind it. Okay, there we go. So what I've done is I've used the Move It mod. I've just shifted this car park over just a little bit, and there we go. That is looking a bit better. We don't have a fence going right through the middle. Okay, so they need rubbish collection. Let's just check that we do have coverage. Garbage processing state is a little low, so let's just come around and check our plants that they don't need emptying. We've got one over there. That one is currently being emptied. That's still 30% full. And I believe we've got a couple up here. You are now empty, so we can turn you back on. And do we have any up this side? So this is a new area I'm now expanding into, so that place is actually looking quite good. The traffic, yeah, the traffic is still really quite busy, so I think we need to do a little bit of work down here with the road management. I mean, these junctions are quite close together, which is a bit of a pain. So yeah, I think we've got a little bit of work to do. So what I'm thinking is, because this traffic on this side is a lot busier than the other side, maybe we get a 2-lane road coming out of here. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab the upgrade tool just here, and if we bring that around to 2-lane, then we grab our Move It tool just here, and we can use our lane directions just to link these up so they go exactly where we want them to. They can switch further down here into what lanes they want to go into. This means that down here, if we bring these down to there, we should hopefully get this traffic a bit better fixed up. And already that is flowing a bit quicker. Yeah, I think that is... Yeah, that's running a bit better. So they're coming right around the corner. We got 2 lanes for them to come off now. I think it's just because of the volume of traffic. It is a bit tough for them to work out where they want to go. But it hopefully should mean we get a bit more... Yeah, we get a bit more movement with this traffic down here. And already that is beginning to clear up. Yeah, take a look at that. So I don't understand why you are wanting to come straight across. You shouldn't really need to dive in if you want to come down into the city this way. Aha, that's what we don't want. We don't want them switching. We want to allow them to do that a bit further later on. So we're going to shift S there, and then we're also going to shift S there. Then they can do the switching further down there. That hopefully will make things run a bit smoother. They should be able to come off that junction a bit quicker. I have a rocket launch pad. I really want to launch it. The rocket is ready, and I'm going to call this rocket Lost Palma Episode 2. So every episode that we launch a rocket, we will call this the episode name and the city. And the colour, we are going to go maybe, let's go for a purple. Let's go for a dark purple off into space. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? We are launching. Prepared for launch. Here we go. And take off. We have take off. People are pleased. I wonder how far that is going to spread that pleasure. Yeah, it's going to the other side of the city. Everyone is happy. We've got a look. They're happy over there as well. We have a rocket going into space. Thank you very much. I hope you have a good time off in space. I hope there's lots to see and lots to do up there. But to be honest, I'm happy staying down here in the city and keeping this for building. So I'd like to show you some of the work I was doing in between episodes. So what we've done is we've actually set up a little bit of public transport, which is this area here. So this is our Metro Monorail train hub. So there's a lot coming into the city here. Now the reason we've located it over here is because over here we have a big touristy area. Now this area has a specialisation, and that is in tourism. So over here we've got a lot of hotels and we've got a lot of bits and pieces going on. Now another thing I think we really could do with over here is actually having ways to lure the tourists over here. We want them to come over here and visit different bits. So we can see, let's see if we got some special different bits and pieces we can build. So we got Grand Library and we got the Opera House, which I think would be a very nice addition to this area. So I'd say let's put this somewhere maybe in here. Now I'm not too worried about these buildings because some of those are houses, but again we want to be luring the tourists into this area to spend money and give them a reason to come to this area. Again, you can see we've used that car parking mod over there, and there are tons and tons of people coming into the city because we've got our international, our intercity train line coming in here. So we've got tourists coming from that area coming in that way. We also have a monorail line, which is perfectly being demonstrated for us here. So let's just follow this one here and let's see where this one heads on to. So currently there aren't many passengers using these yet, and really I think that's because it's not going anywhere too interesting, and that's why I want to focus on today in public transport. So I'd like to get some bus lines set up and properly work on the metro, because before this we haven't really worked on the metro that much. I think there's a couple of lines, but they definitely need a bit more work. So as you can see, this comes into a hub over here. This is near our big office industry area, and I'm guessing that people will jump off there. So we've got a few coming off there, but as you can see, very few people are using this. 8 people using that one there, and then we've got one a lot further down in the city right over here, and that's service 22 people. So I guess that allows people to get over to work over there. But I don't think this is the main way I'd like people to be travelling the city using metro. I reckon we would have a metro line going around the tourist areas and maybe just this northern side of the city up here, because I believe we might expand into this area up here. We might do a bit more leisure specialisation in this area here, so we've got reasons for people to be up here. So I reckon we have a monorail line coming around the roads down here. So what I'd like to do is, I believe somewhere we have these monorail roads. Now I'm going to have a hunt round for them, but once we find them, I reckon we have the main road coming down there with a monorail, and yeah, I reckon we can do something with this. Okay, so what I've done is I have firstly set up, so this is going to be our main hub. Obviously this is where the people are going to be coming into the city. That is a lot of people actually. I was quite surprised that we're seeing 547 people into the city a week. That's quite a lot. But what we've done is we have set up this line snaking around the city. So as we'll see, we come around, we've kind of got this monorail roundabout going on in the middle of the roundabout coming up here. Then we've got this main line coming up the top round here. Then we swoop down the side. We've got more stations dotted around all over the place. We're then coming into this area down here, into this residential suburb, and we've got a monorail station there. We've got another up here, and eventually this will actually expand into this area here, but temporarily we've got that running down there. My guess is this will run around the outside of the city, and it will come down that street down there and join up just down there instead. Okay, so we are going to set up a line snaking around our city just like this. So we're going to come around there. We're going to click on each one of these stations going up the main street round here. Following, we're going to come down here. We're going to link up one here. Eventually, we'll be expanding into this area as well. We're really going to populate this area with loads of different buildings for people to come and visit. So yeah, let's set up this line coming around. You'll see people are getting very happy about this. And then we'll come right back down this line to complete that line. Yeah, we got that nice little roundabout going on. And you know what? Let's make that all one way. So that we want that coming in just like that, I reckon. Yeah, let's go this way around. That matches everything else we've done, and it also matches that roundabout just there. Right, there we go. Hopefully, once the city sorts itself out, I believe I have cut off the electricity a couple of times. So let's make sure everything is linked up. We can delete that line just there. I'll make sure the electricity is now linked up. And yeah, then we should hopefully start seeing the monorail start linking together. That's going to be very, very exciting. Okay, so now the monorail is set up and running. We can see them rolling down the tracks. Let's see if we can catch one somewhere. They're probably up here. Yes, there we go. We got one coming down the back of the city. This is looking very cool. Tell you what, it really does make this area look very modern, and that's what I'm going for, especially in this district up here. But let's take a look at how many passengers we have got. So let's go down to the monorail. So currently with their 63 passengers, obviously this is going to go up when we get more people in this area. If we scroll down, we've got 159 people on that monorail. Let's just make sure we got no one waiting anywhere. So yeah, if we come down to that line, where is that? That's over here. There's quite a few people waiting, but when that train there comes down, we should see that number. Yeah, that drops right down as people come onto that train, that monorail train. And yeah, if we go down, we'll see that there isn't too many people waiting. Maybe at that stop there. So this is the main stop. That's obviously going to be where it's the most busy. But hopefully, yeah, we should see that number ticks over, and yeah, there we go. So that number is going up, and then it goes back down again when more people get on. So that is brilliant. Very, very good. Right, next up, I really want to look at the metro and get proper metro line set up. So firstly, this is linked in with the metro down here. Now, I think what I'm going to do to start off with is I am just going to get rid of these lines down here. Because firstly, yeah, they are just causing issues. Well, they're not how we're going to eventually have them. So, you know what, let's just delete all these lines. I know people, I'm sorry, you are going to be sad for a little bit. Yeah, right, that one there, all gone. And we also want to do the same with this circular line down the bottom, which again, we will make sure we reset. And we're going to set these monorail, these tram lines up differently, so people really are able to get wherever they want to across the city, nice and easily. So yeah, let's get that done. Okay, so what I've done is I've set up the layout for our metro system. So what we have is, I'm going to try and explain everything that is going on. So what we've got is we've got the main loops in the different areas. We've got a loop here, loop here, loop here. We've got a loop round here, loop here, and a loop here. Then we've got the crossing lines. So these lines will go between the loops, allow people to jump around the city nice and quickly. So they might start on this loop up here, they might go, and maybe they want to go over here. So they go onto this loop, at that stop, they jump over to this stop, they move over here, and you get the picture how they are moving around. So all we have to do now is we are going to go around and make these loops. So firstly, let's do the direct loops. They are just going to be backwards and forwards, just like that. Then we are going to do, yeah, so let's go around and do all the direct loops. Once they are done, we'll go around and do the circular loops. So that's all the direct loops done. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to go around and we are going to add in all of these circular loops. Now what I think I'm going to do is I'm actually going to convert these round. So we're going to have one clockwise and then one anti-clockwise. It means people just have those couple more options for getting around the city. It allows that traffic to spread out. And what we are seeing is loads of smiley faces. This is really going to help the traffic in the city, making sure everything is running nice and smoothly. So up here, we've got this industrial line. This is just to allow people to get to and from work. It's again going to reduce all of this traffic in the area, which is exactly what we want. So we'll get all of these done and we'll take a look at how this has affected the city. And there we go, that is all of our loops set up. As you can see, there are loads of green lines coming all around the place. Obviously, it's going to take some time for people to get used to using these, but already we are seeing that number there go up. Actually, looking at that, we've also got 118 people using the monorail circuit we've set up, but the metro number, I'm sure, is going to be going up over time. Now, I'm going to set time to speed 3, and let's just see how these metro lines get used. So we have got a fair few metro lines here. I think we've got about, what's that, 16? Yeah, it looks about 16 different lines. That's a fairly busy line. We've got 60 people on that line there. And yeah, let's see which line this one is. So this is the to and from line just down here. So probably one of the first I set up. So of course that's going to be a busy one. And all we now need to keep an eye on is just keep an eye on these vehicle numbers. We can increase or decrease them depending on how much traffic there is for each line. So I'm going to keep my eyes on this. Look, that number is already going up, which is amazing to see. I mean, just look how many people are down here using the metro. That is amazing. So all we have done in today's episode is just add a few of these different public transport options, and this is actually being able to increase the income in the city and also the traffic. Let's take a look at the traffic over there. 65%, it's not great. Yeah, there's definitely work we need to do to the traffic, but that is something we will look into in the next episode. So, unfortunately, I think that is all the time I've got for today's video. If you have enjoyed, make sure to leave a like to really does help out the channel a lot, and I shall see you in the next one. Goodbye.